What's your safety plan for New York City?
Yeah, safety. I think safety, in my opinion, comes before affordability, because I think the perception is that the city is unsafe, and the reality is the city is unsafe. I mean, we have almost daily attacks in the subway. We have just recently a gentleman got murdered in the Brooklyn subway for opening a door for a human. I mean, it's insanity what's occurring here, and I think we have a couple of problems. One is our police force is being squeezed from a timing perspective. They're overutilized. We don't have enough police officers. So my plan is to bring in 10,000 new police officers to the force. We can do that with the allocated budget that is available on overtime. It's about $1 billion. That gets us about 8,000 new police officers.
Let me ask you about
Yeah.
that, because I want to know where 10,000 additional police officers would be most effective. And you mentioned the subways. And during the Adams administration, there have been surges of police officers into the subways. The governor sent down the National Guard at one point. There is still the perception of New Yorkers that the subways are problematic, are trouble for them.
For sure.
So if surging the police officers, as we've seen in recent years, doesn't seem to have made a dent in the problem, what are 10,000 more officers? How are they going to be used?
I think if you looked at the historical surging, they've been very temporal. They've been very short-lived. That's number one. Number two, a lot of these police officers are not on the actual train. They're on the stations, most of them. So I would require and encourage police officers to ride the train. I think that's important, to be on the actual train. The other element of this is that when you really look at the crimes that happen on the subways, the majority of these crimes are committed by people that jump that don't pay, that jump the gates, the turnstiles. Yeah. So we need to do more enforcement there. About 50% of those people have warrants out for their arrest. This is where the crime originates, from these people. So we need to enforce that more aggressively. In terms of police, I think the old-fashioned grid patrolling is important. This is the old school way of patrolling, where the police officers actually walk the beat. They know their neighborhood. They know the grandmas. They know the kids. They also know the criminals, and that is a very important piece of patrolling. But I think all of this doesn't really work if we don't have good prosecutors. And the problem we've had in the city is that it's been because of the bail reform laws that were signed into law by Cuomo, and other laws that really prohibit judges from keeping repeat criminals in jail, which we need to. The reality is that a lot of these crimes that are being committed are people that are multiple crimes they've committed. So they repeat these offenses, and we don't do anything about it. We let them out. So we need to stop that very quickly. And part of my plan is, if the local prosecutors are not going to prosecute these people, I'm going to bring in the federal prosecutors to do that. And they have a high conviction rate, about 90% compared to our 50% in the city. And you don't really get parole in federal prison, and you certainly serve your time full time. So I think we have to be more aggressive about law and order.